Have you ever opened a book that made the whole world unfold before your eyes? Long ago, the ancient Greeks told of a mighty titan punished by Zeus to hold up the sky for all eternity. And today, his name lives on in books that put the whole universe in our hands. Word of the week. Word of the week. Level up the way you write and speak. Welcome back, curious word explorers, and happy Nonfiction November, thanks to the Federation of Children's Book Groups, linked below. Schools and libraries around the globe take the opportunity each year in November to celebrate real stories, fascinating facts, and discoveries about our world and beyond. And few words capture that sense of exploration better than our word of the week, Atlas. Let's spell it together. A-T-L-A-S. Atlas is a noun, and it has three main meanings. Firstly, an atlas is a book of maps or charts that show places around the world. But modern atlases go far beyond geography. They can be collections of diagrams or illustrations that help us see and understand information clearly. There are atlases of the human body, animals, stars, and even emotions, each mapping knowledge in its own unique way. So an atlas doesn't just show where things are, it helps us understand how the world works. Secondly, in Greek mythology, Atlas was the titan or giant who was punished by the king of the gods, Zeus, to hold up the sky on his shoulders forever. More on that story later. Thirdly, in science, the atlas is the top vertebra in your spine, the bone that holds up your head, just as Atlas himself held up the heavens. Here are some examples of how to use Atlas in a sentence. I searched my atlas to find the capital cities of Africa. The explorer packed his atlas before setting off across the desert. Statues of Atlas struggling under the weight of the world symbolize strength, responsibility, and endurance. The atlas vertebra in our neck helps us nod our heads and look around. If you're enjoying Word of the Week, please like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next episode. Where does it come from? The word Atlas comes from Greek mythology. Atlas was one of the mighty titans, the older gods who ruled before Zeus and the Olympians. When the Titans fought against Zeus in a great battle called the Titanomachy, Atlas was one of their strongest warriors. But when the Titans lost, Zeus punished Atlas with a heavy task. He was forced to hold up the sky for all eternity, separating heaven and earth. Artists later imagined Atlas carrying not the sky, but the globe of the earth on his shoulders, a symbol of strength, endurance, and knowledge of the world. So when early map makers made huge books filled with maps, they often drew Atlas holding the globe on the cover. Before long, people began calling those books atlases. In Nonfiction November, we celebrate books that help us understand the real world, from maps and science to biographies and exploration. An atlas is one of the oldest forms of nonfiction, a book built on truth and discovery. Let's use it. Now it's your turn, word explorers. Try completing these sentences. I opened my atlas and discovered blank, for example. I opened my atlas and discovered the Amazon River flows through 9 South American countries. The atlas vertebra helps me to turn my head and watch blank go by. For example, the atlas vertebra helps me to turn my head and watch dogs go by. If I created my own atlas, I'd include maps of my favourite blank. For example, if I created my own atlas, I'd include maps of my favourite theme parks. For an extra challenge, design your own mini atlas page. Choose a non-fiction topic. It could be space, the deep ocean, or an ancient wonder, and design a one-page atlas entry with a small map or diagram, a fact box, and a short paragraph explaining what readers can learn. So remember, atlas can mean a book of maps, a mighty titan, or even a bone that supports your head. It's a word that connects knowledge, strength, and exploration. Everything Nonfiction November is about. Teachers, you can download the free differentiated Atlas Nonfiction November activity slides linked below. with creative writing, geography, and science tasks ready for your classroom. Please share your students' best Atlas sentences in the comments and let me know which amazing non-fiction books you've been enjoying most. And I'll see you next week, creatives. Word of the week. Word of the week. Level up the way you write and speak.